Well, first, before we talk about anything, congratulations to Coach Gwynn and his guys for just a huge statement, exciting weekend. It's exciting enough to open up and play that well, but on the road and all that the pomp and circumstance that seemed to surround the weekend, that's really cool, and excited for them that they are ranked. Pleased with where we are, obviously, and I think the most important thing as we get down to these last 5 games, 3 on the road, 2 at home, is to continue to take them one at a time, although it gets harder. Some loom larger than others. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But for us coming up, this Wyoming game is big. Obviously, Wyoming, Fresno, and San Diego State are pretty much bottled up at the top. So huge opportunity and challenge going to Laramie. And then, ironically, you're looking at a 1-9 Nevada team that lost to Wyoming 56-55 last 2 games ago. So, and they've been in every game but one that they've played. So the challenge of the away is in front of us. The challenge of coming off a Sunday versus a Saturday. So we will be real light today, put our game plan in tomorrow, and get on the plane and go to work.
10-game winning streak, you're beating our opponents by an average of 20 a game. Switch, flipped, different style?
Well, yeah, I would say the style of now we're playing defense and before we weren't, if that's a style. You know, a year ago we had a couple key really good defenders, and I don't think the people around them were as in tune. Because we didn't have them to begin this year, I think like Chelsea Hopkins and Courtney Clements and Malia and Gabby, they figured out they better start guarding. You know, we're a team that likes to shoot jump shots, and we've very quietly developed a really effective inside game as well as a very good defensive team. So now you look at it, we have a healthier Desi Culberson, who missed most of the non-conference, a healthier Kiana Stamps, who just gets more back to normal every day. And we're able to, you know, Kiana's a great anticipator defensively, and we can move around a lot of different spots because Gabby and Courtney and Chelsea have improved so much defensively. So I really attribute all of it to the approach we're taking defensively. You know, most teams like offense. You know, they really lock in when we're doing something new on offense. But if we can get a stop and get a defensive board, then we can play to our strengths, which is get out in the open floor and use our speed. You know, you can't do that as much when you take it out of the net, and that's been the biggest difference in our team. 80 against Fresno, and then since that point, our goal is under 59. Vegas got 60 first round through. Every team we've played has been under 59, and that's the difference.
When you played in altitude like Wyoming, do you have to game plan differently?
Yeah, no question. No question. You know, everybody who tells you it's all in their head, you tell them to put a hefty bag on their head, poke a hole in it, and go run around the block and come back and tell you again it's all in your head. It's a physiological difference that really takes about 2 weeks to acclimatize. So you're really best served to spend as little time there as possible, hydrate as much as possible, and just go get it done. But we lengthen our bench, have to. And you pick your spots. You know, the challenge with Wyo, and I'll say this, we beat them here, forced 23 turnovers. Fresno just beat them last weekend in Fresno, forced 24 turnovers, all with full court pressure. You know, they're a great half-court motion offensive team. So you can't go up there. You know, Fresno did this. Fresno had never been there and led the game for the first 30 minutes till the piano started crashing onto their backs, because I don't think that most of their kids had ever experienced it. You have to pick your spots. Doesn't mean you can't press, but you have to pick your spots, and you have to be really careful in the first. I think you have to coach really comfortably in the first half, because I've had halftime leads playing great, and then once they hit that 15-minute break period, it's just really hard to get them back going. So I think you have to sub a lot more frequently in the first half, and then the second half you just play basketball. Anything else? That's it? Okay, well then let's make sure that I think I'm a little bit biased, but I watched 2 men's game last week, one live because it was a Saturday evening and one on TiVo because I was playing at the same time. And I don't think you can argue the quality that our guys brought on the road at CSU and at UNLV. Those are really difficult venues, and they had themselves in a position to win. I'm saying a lot of people would have been long out of it. So let's make sure we fill up Viejas tomorrow loud, and to echo some of the questions from last week, stay till the end plus as we celebrate a victory over Wyo and get themselves going in this great conference race. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Thanks, Coach.